Hi guys, it's Darlene from Couture, and I'm going to show you a very basic project trying to teach the basics of chalking. And this one is called Stay Little, Little Man. And it also has these other pieces with it, but our little surface here, our chalkboard is small, so there is not room for that. So we're just going to do the mountain with this today. And the colors that I've chosen are, we have our bright white, and that is going to be for the mountain. So kind of a snow covered mountain. And you want it to be the consistency of sour cream or yogurt. So when you open it, you're going to stir it. And you are going to add water if it's too thick. If it's too thin, you're going to leave the lid off. More than likely it's going to be too thick, and you're going to just spray a little spray of water with your water bottle. Just like this, a little sprayer. So I've stirred up all of my chalk paste. This one is called Forget-Me-Not, and this is our candy apple red. So I'm going to do the words right here. I'm going to do in candy apple red, and I'm going to do little man in Forget-Me-Not. And I generally will get my chalk paste all laid out, my transfer all laid out, make sure that I have everything out here and ready to go. I have my wax that I need to wax the chalkboard, and I have these guys ready. I have an X on the back, and X means do not put this back on that side. When you're done with the transfer and you wash it, you're going to return it to the backer sheet. And I'm going to fold the corners under. It makes it easier to remove it from your surface. Our transfers are reusable. Our transfers have a silk screen in them. That's what makes them have a very nice finish when you remove them. And I'll show you that when I do that. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to wax our surface. So this is a non-Chalk Couture surface. This is one I got from Amazon. So I am going to just apply some wax so that the transfer does not stick to it. It gives it a little bit of a coating in between so that it doesn't completely stick and take the sticky off of the transfer. So you're just going to apply that. And then you're going to take a paper towel and you're going to wipe off the excess. So you just want a little thin coat of wax on there. A little thin barrier in between. All right. So our transfers are brand new, so they need to be fuzzed. This is a fuzzing cloth. This is new with Chalk Couture. These just came out recently. I just got this in my box that came yesterday. So I'm pretty excited about that. And what you're going to do is you're going to peel your backer sheet off, and your transfer is going to go onto the fuzzing cloth. And you're going to press it down, and that is just going to get a little bit of fuzzy on it from the fuzzing cloth. And then we're going to put this onto our surface. And I'm going to get all of this ready at once. So I'm going to lay this down. I want to make sure that it's even, and it actually barely fits. When I was looking at it and measuring it, it barely fits on there. But it does fit, so we're going to use it. So it goes right to the edge. And this side is a little bit over. It could go this way just a little bit, but I am just going to leave it because I think I've got all my air bubbles out. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing with the mountain. This is just a very basic project to teach you how to do this. And great thing to do is to watch tutorial after tutorial to learn these basics. When you're first learning how to do this, you're gonna want to learn the basics. Now this mountain is actually gonna go under here, so I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna put this back onto my backer sheet because this is too tall. It would overlap, and so I'm gonna wait. So I'm gonna put that back, and we'll do the words first, and then we'll put the mountain up there. Okay, so these words are going to be in red. So you're gonna stir it. Even though I have it ready, I'm gonna stir it again right before I put it out here. And you're gonna work quickly. You do not want this to dry on the silk screen. You're gonna carefully pull it up. I pull up so that I am going away from the other letters. You're gonna carefully work that letter right there, the tail of the Y. And we do have our multi-tool that I may need to get in there because I have way too much chalk paste in there that I need to get out. So you're going to squeegee off your excess and put it back into your jar because you can reuse this stuff. So whatever you don't use goes back into the jar. And just being really careful so I don't go down onto my other letters. I have a multi-tool that I set here just for this reason, to get right down in here. These are great to just get those little tiny areas. Okay, all right, so now I'm going to apply my Forget-Me-Not blue down here, and I'm going to work these letters. And I need to work quickly so it doesn't dry. We definitely don't want this drying on our screen. So this is a silk screen. I'll show you on the mountain. I forgot to show you. I'll show you on the mountain area. Okay, I'm gonna get out a small squeegee to work those little areas. We have the little minis that came out, and sometimes those are really great in those little areas. So we have the little minis, and I can get right in there. Sometimes it's hard when the colors are right next to each other, and I picked up just a touch of the red when I did that. So just gonna work that carefully right there. I'm gonna take just a little bit more and go over that. Okay, and now it's time to pull my transfer. So I'm gonna pull it from side to side. I think that's gonna be easier to do that than to pull down. And it is sticking a lot. So I probably should have fuzzed it one more time. I can feel that it's stretching a little bit, so I'm not really happy about that. Okay, so let me put this into my water bath, and I actually have a water bath here that I'm going to show you. I wanted to show you how we can do this. So if you have a bigger transfer, you can just fold it over so that the sticky side is on the outside. So the non-sticky side got folded together. And I want to show you how to clean that. So I see a little area on the end that did not get the chalk paste on there. So I'm just going to touch that up with a Q-tip while it's still wet and it's not going to show. And then I see right here. So when it's wet, you can still kind of work it. And fix that. And then I'm going to leave everything else, well, the top of the L on the red area. See, I shouldn't be so picky, but I am. I'm trying not to be. Okay, I'm left-handed, so you're probably not going to see this. And once this dries, it's going to all blend in. So you're not going to see the touch-up. Okay. Alright, and that's all I'm going to do. I could keep messing with it, but I won't. I'm not going to be that picky about it. Alright, so I'm going to dry that so we don't touch it. So you're continually moving your heat gun or your hair dryer, whichever you have, and then you're returning it to room temperature. So now I switched it to just air. There's no longer heat. Okay. All right, so then I'm going to touch it, and I'm looking at my E. See, I'm not happy with that. So you still have a chance to go back and touch things up. Okay, and that will blend in just fine. Once it dries, it'll all be the same color. So then I'm going to put my mountain up here, and knowing what I know, this really stuck a lot. So I'm going to take my fuzzing cloth, and even though I fuzzed this one time already, I am going to take it and I am going to fuzz it 4 more times. Okay, so it just tells me that this is a very solid surface. We're going to take our mountain, and I don't want to have this pull up anything. I am going to take the mountain and the bottom sticky area. Okay, so can you see what I did? I stuck the bottom sticky area that could overlap this. I put the backer sheet on it. So it doesn't affect the screen. You can see the screen right there, but it's not going to stick down onto my lettering because I am concerned about that. So I'm just going to put that right there. Going to smooth out any of those air bubbles. Okay, we're going to use our bright white. Give it a little stir. And it doesn't take a lot. Oh, that one has been used. I found that out the hard way. All right. Okay, I'm just going to use this larger one. I was going to use a small one, but it has been used. I'm just smoothing this into the screened area. You can see where the screen is. That shows you exactly where the chalk paste is going to be underneath. And then you're going to put the excess back into your jar. And then we're going to pull this. And you actually could pull it from this side. This might be easier to pull it this way with the paper. So that just kind of helped pull that up. I'm going to remove this from there, and I'm going to put it into my water bath. And we're going to wash those in a second here. Okay, so our sign is done. Now, if you want to save this forever, then you're going to take a clear sealer and spray it. And when I seal it, I use a clear matte sealer. I use Rust-Oleum, or you can use Krylon. You're going to spray it. You're going to wait 30 minutes. You're going to spray it again. You're going to wait 30 minutes, and then you're going to spray it again. And that's going to make it waterproof. So that is if you want to keep it forever. If you want to wash this off and use this again, then you can. This is water soluble, and you would just get a Clorox wipe or a wet paper towel, and you could wash it off just like right here. Got a little bit of the blue chalk paste, and I'm just going to clean it up just like that. So it is done. So I'm going to set this to the side, and I'm going to show you how to clean your transfers. So after you get done using your transfer, right away you're going to pull it off of your surface, and you're going to put it into a container of water, which they call a water bath. You're going to take a Lysol wipe, a Clorox wipe, sorry. You're going to take a Clorox wipe, and you're going to wipe the front. Oops. And it gets slippery because this surface is non-stick, and that's what you want to put it on. So you're going to put on your counter, and then I dry the front, and then I dry underneath. I flip it over, and then you're going to clean the back. And then this just goes onto a paper towel with the sticky side up, and let it dry. So on my counter, I have some paper towels laid there, and I will let those dry, and then in probably 20 minutes, they'll be ready to put back onto the backer sheet. So these are reusable. Our transfers are reusable again and again. And corporate says between 8 to 12 times. But I use mine a lot more than that, and they still work just perfectly fine. So I have some that I took to the show to demo with that I use 30 or 40 times literally, and they still work. If you clean them immediately and take care of them, they're going to last you a long time. So, and don't worry about this staining. If you're really concerned, you can get our board erasers, and they work on that. It's kind of like the magic eraser. But I don't worry about it. I am not concerned about color. It does not affect the way that it functions. So I do not worry about it. And this has a lot of red on it. I'm going to get another Clorox wipe to wipe the back. Red has a lot of pigment on it. So I want to have this completely clean. Oops. So I've wiped the front and I've wiped the back, and this is going to go onto my paper towel. And then I'm just going to clean my surface up. So that is how you clean your transfers. So if you take good care of your transfers, they will last you a long time. Now, same thing goes for your chalk paste. You need to take care of your chalk paste. When you're done using your chalk paste, you need to take your little stir stick, or if you have the multi-tool that you're using, you're going to scrape the edges, and see all that little crusty? You're going to scrape that so it goes down into the middle of your jar. You're going to do this every time before you close this. This is maintenance. This is like changing the oil in your car, washing your windows, that type of thing, okay? This is maintenance. So you're going to do that. I'm just going to set these to the side. And then you're going to take a wet paper towel, and you are going to wipe the rim of this. And you're going to do this on all of them. And a good thing to do also is to spray into your jar. So when you open it the next time, it's going to stir up really nicely. And then put your lid on tight. So that way they're going to open easily for you. If you don't clean the ridge of it, the top, then it will glue itself together, and that is not fun. We do not want to do that. So this one, I have had this a long time. I think this is my second jar of red. I used a lot of red at Christmas, and it does go a long ways, but I am getting down to about 1/4 of a jar. So just make sure that you take time to do this. It's really important. It really will make your life a lot easier in the long run, because you, and I need to spray in there, you will be happy that you did this when you go to open your jars. And I use these every day, and I still do this. I take the time to do the maintenance. So, all right, guys, we're almost done. I just wanted to show you from start to finish. I like to be able to teach you so that you learn. This is how I learned when I was new to Chalk Couture last year. I joined in August, I believe it was, and I had never seen it before. And I watched tutorials over and over, and I learned from other people. And that's what I hope that I can teach people, you guys out there, how to do this, show you that it's easy, that you don't have to be intimidated, that, yeah, I'm going to make some mistakes, and I'm probably going to make some mistakes when I'm live, and that's okay, because it's worth it. I can embarrass myself, and it's worth it because I'm going to be teaching you guys. So, hey, I hope that it helps you. And if you want to know more about Chalk Couture, then just leave me a message below, and I'd be happy to get with you, get you any information that you need. It's real easy to join. There's no pressure. You do not have to go out and do shows or go sell it if you don't want to. You can simply join to do this for yourself, to make presents, to do home decor, to do little get-togethers with your friends. So it's totally up to you. It's a great company. I really love it. I love their message and all the great signs that they have. They keep up to date. So they keep up to date with the trends. And anyways, thank you for joining me. I hope that you learned something. I hope each time you learn a little bit more. And when you do your own little projects, I hope that it helps you. So I will be going live in the morning. We will be doing towels, and that could get interesting. We will do dish towels. So have a great night.